Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike, and I am the Crypto Liberal. So thank you for joining me again. Hey, if you feel so inclined, please give me a like. If there's something in this video that you find redeeming, give me a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to build my channel because I'm trying to stop the FUD, right? I'm trying to stop the FUD. Today is another it's kind of turned into a sideways day. We went down to 25.5 in the middle of the night last night. I'm glad I missed that because maybe I would have started panicking from my call that we're not going to get down to 20K, but I'm still convinced we're not going down to 20K on Bitcoin. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that's still a solid prediction. And watching or kind of reading what other people are putting out and watching some other videos on YouTube, I've kind of noticed that people are starting that haven't called it a bear market before are starting to call it a bear market, or have been calling it a bear market for a while. And really it's all subjective, right? What's a bear market and what's a bull market? And I'm not going to put a label on it because in the end, Bitcoin and crypto is in a 10-12 year bull market, right? It's a bull market, and it's going to be a bull market for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And so in these times when maybe, the market is down 50, 60, 70% from whatever coin you're in, this is the time to pay attention, the time to invest, right? So it doesn't matter. It's not a bear market. I'm not going to call it a bear market because bear markets, we're down, 60% on Bitcoin, just a guess. Bear market's telling you we're going to go down more. I don't think we're going to go down more. We might go down a little bit more, but we're not going to go down to 10K, 15K. That's a bear market if we're going to go down that much. But we're not. In my opinion, we're not. I think we're at or near the bottom. So I'm not going to call it a bear market, and it's all subjective anyway. One person's bear market is another person's accumulation period, is another person's bull market if you're looking out 10 years. So I'm not going to do that. So don't listen to the FUDsters. Just play the long game. That's all, dollar cost average. Don't leverage trade. I've told you time and time again in the past several days since I've been making videos, don't make leverage trades. The people the people out on there that are about ready to take your money, they have more time, they have more money, they have better tools. They will take your money. There's been billions of dollars that have been taken away from the little folks, making leverage bets on the exchanges, and they're getting their asses handed to them, right? I mean, billions of dollars have been liquidated in the past few days, and that, like I said earlier, that's your hard-earned money. Don't give it up. Don't give up your hard-earned money. So I'm still convinced we're not going down to 20K. But the other thing I wanted to start with the chart I talked about yesterday, right? That diagonal line. Let's bring it up one more time here. Okay, so you see this red line descending from left to right, right? I told you yesterday I didn't think we were going to go below that line. Let's see if I make it a little bit bigger here, right? And we didn't. We wicked below it. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin, and we stayed above it. And this, as if you didn't watch the video yesterday, go back and watch it. This line goes back over a year. It's a year-long line that's been support and resistance. So I didn't think we were going to go below that line. We wicked below it, but we came back up and closed the daily just above it. And what did we do last night? Last night we went down to 25.5, but we're right back up, right on top of that line. So I think that line, you can be kind of subjective in where you draw that line exactly. And this is from Coinbase, as you can see in the upper left corner. So a different exchange might have, the candles ending or beginning, in slightly different places. But generally, right, if we close around 28.9, 29, we're still going to be above this line. And I think that's good, right? As long as we're staying above that line, I'm sticking with my prediction. We're not going below 20K. So there you have it. That's my prediction for now. Again, it can always change. It's just my opinion, not financial advice. You do what's right for you. But hey, so far I'm hanging in there with my prediction. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today is, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should do because I'm trying to post more and more content there, and from a liberal bent, right? Because there's not enough of us in crypto. We're listening to too many of these right wing knuckleheads, I call them, I think, that they're all everything is anti-government, anti. I think they're mostly just they believe in just themselves, and I'm more of a person that believes in a community and common effort and common goals, and I think the government has a role in there anyway. So what I was getting at is, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm trying to post content like that, explaining why I'm a Cardano bull, essentially, and why I favor Cardano and Ethereum over Bitcoin. And mostly it's around the utility that is offered through Cardano and Ethereum that you don't get through Bitcoin. And, like I've said in a previous video, I think you hear this meme that Bitcoin solves everything. There's a problem, Bitcoin solves it. Well, that's not entirely true for everything. And one of the things that I really appreciate about Cardano is that it is trying to fix some things. And one of the things that I wanted to explore in this channel, right, in the coming days, weeks, months, whatever, is the reasons why I believe Cardano is actually trying to fix things. And you could just start with the concept of the fact that it's peer reviewed, right? It's unique to Cardano that they're taking a scientific and peer reviewed approach to putting things on their platform, right? And so they go a little bit slower than maybe Ethereum. They don't throw it out there and then find what breaks and try to fix it, right? They have a scientific peer-reviewed approach to making sure things work correctly the first time. So it goes a little bit slower, but you know what? Hey, as liberals, as progressives, we believe in science, right? The other side, we're going to leave the other side to combat things such as the efficacy of vaccines or the existence of climate change or evolution even. I mean, it's silly, some of the things that the other side doesn't believe in as far as science. So hey, that's the first thing. And speaking of climate change, right? Cardano was really the first blockchain that utilized proof of stake, right? And proof of stake is definitely miles ahead of proof of work, and that is utilized in Ethereum and Bitcoin as far as environmental conservation, right? Now, I'm not one of those fudsters that's going to tell you proof of work is evil incarnate, right? I don't believe that. Proof of work is a valid use in blockchain, in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I don't think it has devastating environmental impacts that many are led to believe on the left. Particularly when you start looking at the environmental impact that the legacy financial system has on the world. Bitcoin and Ethereum have far less impact on energy usage than the legacy financial system across the world. When you start talking about the databases that they use to maintain all their customer data and the offices that they all have around the world, they're using much more energy than Bitcoin or Ethereum are. And there are many more reasons why I would say that I appreciate Cardano, and hopefully we can get into them. But there's one that I really wanted to call out today because it's really, I think, the core mission of Cardano, or at least I think it's their core mission. They might dispute that, but it's really it's banking the unbanked, right? Getting the billions of people across the world are unbanked. They don't have financial access and architecture to utilize in when they need it, right? And primarily, in developing world, right, in Africa, let's say. And Cardano's really focused on Africa, getting the unbanked financial identity, right? And it's an identity that those people own. It's kind of similar to the concept of your healthcare identity that we discussed in a couple videos ago, where you you retain your healthcare identity, the care you've received, and you can bring it from office to office, from clinic to clinic, and say, here's my identity, verified on the blockchain, and you give them permission to view your healthcare data, your health treatments in the past, and that caregiver all of a sudden has access to medications you're allergic to, or treatments you've received, or other problems you've had in your past with healthcare, with your health, and treatment can be given right there immediately. Well, anyway, so I'm digressing. So that's one of the goals of Cardano, is to get the unbanked financial identity. So so what's the purpose of that, right? Some of you might be wondering. Well, think about it. If you're unbanked in Africa somewhere, you don't have access to the financial architecture that so many of us are fortunate to have in the United States, right? So if you wanted to start a little bit of a farm in Africa or some other developing part of the world, you can't even get access. You can't get a loan. It's impossible to get a loan. Well, if you have a financial identity that the data belongs to you, as that's your identity. That's another feature, another benefit to the Cardano platform, right? That person owns their identity and their financial history. Well, now all of a sudden they have access to something maybe like a microloan that somebody in the United States can offer that person in sub-Saharan Africa a microloan, and it wouldn't be some 18% interest rate that a financial institution might charge, and a financial institution wouldn't even give them a loan because they don't know who that person is, because they don't have a financial identity. Well, on Cardano you could, right? On Cardano you could. A second feature, right? Let's say you just get 100 ADA. You can, and you're in sub-Saharan Africa. 100 ADA today is less than $100, right? It's $50. Well, that person now all of a sudden can, if they don't need that ADA, they can stake it. They can't do that today. Those people that don't have a banking relationship, they're unbanked, right? So they might have $50, but they don't have a place to put it. And even if they did have a place to put it, nobody in the world is getting interest on their money today. Well, and you can do that. So it's something we as progressives and liberals should champion. And you're not going to get that on Bitcoin, right? You're not going to get that utility feature on Bitcoin. Sure, yeah, they can. Maybe you can do it with Strike or something, Lightning, where you can get some payment feature and a minimum. I don't know. It's some minimum payments, but you're not going to be able to get a loan on the Bitcoin platform now. Cardano, you could, right? Ethereum, you could, conceivably. But I appreciate that Cardano is pushing that as one of their core missions. So that's one of the reasons that I'm in love with Cardano over Ethereum, and Cardano and Ethereum over Bitcoin, especially today, right? We're at the bottom. If you truly believe we're at the bottom of this market, and we're going to go up, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but in the next few weeks, next few months, maybe a year, whatever it is, if you're buying Cardano now, those gains are going to totally outpace the gains you're going to get in Bitcoin, in my belief, right? And I think the Bitcoin dominance is going up right now. I think some of the altcoins are starting to catch up with the dump in Bitcoin. But when it turns around, you're going to outpace getting Cardano and Ethereum. You're going to outpace what you get in Bitcoin. And I know a lot of people, that's your main objective. Get more Bitcoin, right? Well, heck, what's the best way to get more Bitcoin? Get some gains that outpace Bitcoin. So that's what I'm doing. Tomorrow is my day to dollar cost average in, and Ethereum has gone down so much, but actually Cardano has gone down a lot too. I'm debating which one to get tomorrow. I've been putting so much money into Cardano lately. I have way more than enough Cardano. I might try to pump up my Ethereum holdings a little bit. So, but either one. That's what I'm putting in tomorrow. That's my dollar cost average day. I probably should have done it today. They were both down a lot more. And I thought about it, but I try to stick to my Friday routine, and I've regretted deviating from that in the past. So we'll see. Tomorrow might be a little bit higher, but I'm still going to get a great price. So dollar cost average in, get it done. Let's stick to it. things are going to turn around. I promise. We're gonna beat the system, right? This is our cheat code. Our cheat code is Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin in that order. I'm Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Please give me a like. Please subscribe. Let's do this together. We can do it. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.